Hey there, this is Kurtron, and this is your Bourbon Boy Advent Tasting Podcast. We pulled together some of our favorite picks to share with you as we count down to this year's Christmas. We hope you get a chance to taste some of these great bourbons as you enjoy this holiday season. Bourbon on.
All right, what's next?
So we're pouring up now. Let's. So this is where the test of our acumen comes in, gentlemen. So two single barrels. This will be from barrel number 41.
Yeah.
So that's barrel 41. Then after that, we're going to try from barrel 61.
So
but both standards.
No, these are single.
No, these are the single barrels.
These are the single barrels. Okay.
But is this the one we just tried?
No.
Okay.
So while we're pouring that, the standard is a blend of other bourbons, and it meets all the same bourbon requirements of 51% corn, minimum 4 years, aged in white oak American barrels, and then it's blended and mixed. The standard is blended bourbons that are in multiple barrels.
Yep.
That all get blended together again from the different barrels into bottles.
Okay.
The difference between the single barrel is they're blended whiskeys going in, but all of the this is barrel 41 or 61?
That's 41.
Barrel 41 is not mixed with any other barrel. So what we'll taste is the difference in the barrel.
Yep.
So whether the oak was from a different location or the char was slightly different. So we'll not only taste the difference between standard and single barrel, but we should, I don't know if I will.
Yeah, that's the question.
Tell the difference between barrel 41 and barrel 61.
Yeah. So immediately on the nose, this doesn't have as strong, typically all these, when you smell them, you're getting past the alcohol smell before you get to the others. This one doesn't have a real overriding alcohol smell, I don't think.
Mm-mm.
This one is super smooth for me. I think
Earthy.
A lot of nut.
Yep. Yep.
Now she did let us in a little secret on this one. She had a notebook of what the flavor profiles would be for each of the barrels. So she flipped through and found 41 and told us what that was and told us what 61 was, and I've completely forgotten.
I was going to say, I didn't write them down.
I didn't write them down, but I was blown away. But in producing the single barrel, correct me if I'm wrong, in producing the single barrel, they worked with a master distiller who has left Woodford to basically go out and help as a consultancy, help other distilleries kind of find their flavor.
Yep.
So a lot of that chemistry and craft that goes into Woodford, well-established brand, that same individual helped to help them find that right blend.
Right.
So imagine taking all these sources of bourbons and then blending them to find that right blend and taking it from there.
Yeah. This is good. I like this.
This is really good. So we were talking about the neat before. The one thing that stuck out with me was the whole notion, and they hit on it a few times, is kind of the time investment, and you touched on the quality, but time investment and just waiting to see what the product is, having faith and belief that, hey, our future might be riding on this.
Yeah, that's got to be scary.
It's got to be, because that's not a short latent period when you're sitting in a warehouse, and obviously you're tasting it, and they've got enough experience to know how the taste profile is shaping up. But again, from buying the corn maybe before it's even planted in the field, right, to going through the growing season, to
it's amazing.
I mean, it's just what
I am
a
not
long
patient.
process. No, that's what I was trying to think. Is like, is there any time in my life where I've made an investment that took that long to come to fruition? And
you had children.
You had a marriage.
Well, they were only, that was 9 months. Yeah, I was going to say, I think.
No.
What have you heard?
I'm saying, I'm saying that you're still waiting for that to pay off.
Oh, that far. I thought you meant, oh, yeah, hell, Dave, it was 9 months at our house. How long did you have to wait?
Oh, boy.
Actually, I think what would be fun to do with one of these some night is, if you remember in that show, the gentleman who was third generation at Buffalo Trace.
Yeah.
Eddie.
And he had Eddie is, you're thinking of Eddie and Jimmy from Russell's. So But he would give the tours, and he had those 5 people inside doing the taste testing.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's like, okay, put it on your hands and clap your hands.
Yeah.
And he's like, now smell it. He's like, okay, that tells me that there's, I think it'd be fun to do that exercise with, because he could get like the alcohol content, the flavor, I can't even remember all the things, but he did like 3 or 5 different things.
Yeah. Yep.
Derek, you want to break it to him?
That we did that?
Yeah.
You guys suck.
We did that. And we were actually standing in that room that he did.
But it wasn't him. I'm sure we had the B team.
No, it was Freddie. Freddie was our guy, Freddie Johnson.
It was Freddie.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're on
First
to
single barrel's down.
It was very good.
We're going to go to barrel 61 now.
Okay.
So
Wait a second. This
Yep.
is our 3rd bottle.
Yes.
Okay.
Just as a recap, first one was standard.
Right.
Blend of bourbons, all blended
Got
into
it. Yep.
multiple
I'm good.
bottles.
Yep.
All right, now the real test of our bourbon acumen is pouring up 61.
So theoretically,
A separate barrel, theoretically.
we're supposed to be
Is
able
this
to
a
tell the
single barrel?
This is a
is.
single barrel from the same blend that we tasted in 41.
difference.
Okay.
I'll pour this for you.
Which was also
Yeah. Enough.
that's good. Yeah, right. Thank you.
But this is from barrel 61 in the same lot.
So the color feels different to me.
Do colors feel?
Absolutely.
Okay, just checking.
I know they feel blue. Kurt.
I used to catch shit for crunching crackers, and here you are knocking your glass on the goddamn table. Good Lord.
I can definitely taste the difference.
Tell us.
Tell us
Tell
more.
us, please.
This one, to the nose, it has a little bit more alcohol smell to it, and it sits much stronger on my tongue.
Okay.
I taste a little bit more citrus. Damn straight.
Nailed that
Because
one.
you have a green microphone.
Just go with it.
Yeah. Limes.
Just nod.
Limes are citrus.
Yes,
Limes
I
are
guess.
green. You get more citrus.
I think you're right. I think that's a good flavor profile. It's a good call.
Actually, I think I prefer 61 better. This
Okay.
is good. It's very good.
And we were always wondering, like, can I taste the difference between 41 and 61? It's the same stuff 20 barrels later.
If I tasted them like on consecutive days, I don't know if I could.
But
I
back
did
to
find
back,
them
Then you might have a problem, but
Why?
I don't know.
back to
I didn't
back.
say breakfast and then lunch. I
Do you
said-
have
Consecutive meals.
Do you have another glass?
Yeah.
I want to try them next
Yeah,
to
we got
each
a couple.
other.
Yeah.
All right, let me get you another glass.
It's very high maintenance tonight.
I'm just glad he's staying upright.
Do they have T-shirts?
They
Like
do
they have merch?
They do have merch there. They had a lot of.
I'm feeling the need to support my North Carolina boys here and girl.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they had a
That's good.
They had a lot of cool merch up there on their site as well as in the store.
Yeah, and again, super friendly people, and trying to grow their brand.
Right.
She was eager to talk to Derek and I, of all people, who obviously she wasn't familiar with the Bourbon Boys. Surprised that.
Wow.
But trying to grow the brand, and super excited. Like, hey, if you guys want to come up here and do a podcast from here, if you want to do an event here, we can do food trucks. We can get a band.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, so we definitely told her we would love to do that. We're going to try to get some airtime with Pete, and she said, we may have to cut him off when he gets talking about distilling. We may have to slow him down, but she was super excited about any opportunity to highlight what they're doing. Very proud of the work.
Yeah, she even offered if we wanted to basically follow a barrel through the process,
That'd be fun.
which I'm like, sign me up. I'm in for that.
For sure. All right, so Kurt has done his own private side-by-side test here, so take it away.
So I like them both.
Good.
I do like the 61. I think there's a little bit more to it that makes it more interesting. So could be a seasonal thing for me. Like I think I could drink the 41 in the summer, and I think maybe the 61 more in like fall, winter.
Yeah.
I think the 41 is smoother. It's the best way I can describe it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is interesting how the same liquid can go into two different barrels.
Right?
and have two different taste profiles.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Pretty cool stuff.
The subtlety of, just like
All
you
the
said,
variables, right?
it's so variable.
Yeah. I'll tell you, though, we were talking about the price point earlier, and when I talked to Natalie, my wife, about it, she was a little surprised at the price point. She was thinking local, not well known, that it would be a lower price point, which I get that, understand that. But I'll tell you what, as far as quality and taste, this is right up there with anything that I think we've tried.
Yeah.
We have had bourbon that costs more that doesn't taste this good.
Yep. Yeah, and the single barrel was about $65 a barrel at the distillery. Standard was about $55, and I think bourbon cream, which we'll have next, I think it's like $25, $30.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about bourbon cream. Let's keep the party rolling.
That's what puts Kurt to sleep.
Yeah.
But this is, I think it's a, for a small local distiller, really excited about the taste and the flavor. I think it's good.
From all of us Bourbon Boys, we want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Bourbon on.